Hello and welcome to SummerSlam results. My name is Leighton Pearson and you're joining me here to see how SummerSlam went. If you haven't watched it, you should go and pay for it because it is worth the money. So first we have Akira Tozawa versus Neville. I unfortunately didn't get to see this match. I was doing something else, but the winner was Neville and the Miz Taraj and Jordan and the Hardys, and the winners were the Miz Taraj. And then then after this, Elias comes out singing two songs, finally finishing one song and getting another one out. But his chemistry with between him and the crowd, oh wow! For a heel, he is amazing. Okay, we go on to the Usos versus the New Day. This was a real first match I actually got to watch properly. Our winners were the Usos. The New Day had an awesome new garb. They had a logo like with a unicorn. It wasn't their flashy pants anymore. It was just red pants with a unicorn emblem. That was cool. Xavier Woods and Big E were the lineup for the New Day because they can have the swap, which is awesome. So the New Day takes control early on. It was an amazing match. It was hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. There was a super fly splash, kick out, up, down, down, kick out. I also couldn't write the notes even fast enough. It just everything was just so fast. Unfortunately, it's not match of the night because of something later on. There was super kick after super kick, and then there was double Us, which gave the Usos a win. We have new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Now we get to the main show. Finally, we get to the main show. Oh, what a video package it was, though. For the original, for the whole show, not for any kind of match, but just for the whole show in general. So the first match was John Cena versus Baron Corbin. Look, this was so much better than I ever thought it could be. Just a really great match overall, and I couldn't think of it being better at all with Baron Corbin. I love Baron Corbin's new music. It's much cooler than his last music. Baron cannot insult at all. He was saying how John Cena was a little girl because he ran away. It's like, dude, work on your insults a little bit better. Work on your promos. Corbin needs to shave his hair so badly. His line of his hairline, has receded so much it just looks completely screwed up. He needs to shave his hair because it annoys the heck out of me. He also needs to go back to the Performance Center. Although I think he hopefully learned a few things off John, I think he ultimately needs to go back to the Performance Center, and I think he could learn a lot from Shawn Michaels. Or even get Kevin Nash specifically in for him. Even though Kevin Nash wasn't the best worker, but he's better worker than Baron Corbin. Even get in Braun Strowman. He's a bloody big guy, and he had an amazing match tonight. So I was happy about that. There was "Where's your briefcase? Where's your chance?" Oh, I laughed at that. That was hilarious. I am trying to find, by the way, someone else to help me out with these reactions because I do realize that a two man team or two woman, whatever, two people team, two man team is really much better than one man team because I can only talk about it from my side and I can't really, we can't go off each other because I haven't got anybody. But I'm looking for somebody. So if you're that person, hit me up because I will absolutely have you as my tag team partner. I don't know. My partner on the show. I haven't even found a name. If you can think of a name for the show, put it down in the comment section below because I really need a cool name. So there was a choke slam backbreaker on. So Baron Corbin picked up John Cena to do a choke slam, but instead of doing it onto the canvas, he done it onto his leg. That was awesome, and that's what I mean about learning new stuff that you can do proficiently. Oh, that was great. That was just incredible. And then there was AA. John Cena wins the match, and I was right with my prediction. The first one of the night. And then there was Naomi versus Natty. So Natty takes control early, but not for long. Naomi takes it straight back. There could have been a knee injury that played a part in the finish, but I think Natty's awesome. She's just such a natural, and it was a happy, happy match. I was happy with it. I was happy with every match so far that I have watched. Dang, it was just a good match, far out. And Natty wins via submission. Who even would have guessed that? I had Naomi winning, so there was that. But Natty bloody wins. What the hell? You know? Ugh. Sometimes WWE doesn't. I don't understand WWE. Alright, Big Show versus Big Cass is the next one. So there was like a crap stain on Enzo's shorts, which was crazy weird. I believe Enzo needs to stop being a wrestler. Full stop. He just needs to be a manager. Move into the manager role. Do a Titus O'Neil. Move into manager role. You'd be a great manager. You suck at wrestling. Just go manager. You're a good manager. Big Show had a great story to play off with his hand. So his right hand was injured, so he couldn't use that to knock Big Cass out. So that was a great story they told during the match. But they needed to shut Enzo up. He was non-stop yapping for the whole show. So like I said, Big Show couldn't do the KO punch, so he did chokeslam Cass. So at the finish of the match, Enzo was trying to get out of the cage through the thinking he was small enough to get through. Lo and behold, he couldn't, so he had to use lube to get out of the cage. Now they put it like it was oil or something. It wasn't. That bottle was not at all. Well, so Enzo used lube to get out of a cage, which made no sense because it didn't end up playing into the match. He got out of the cage, Big Cass booted him. That was that. Big Cass booted, Show, kicked out, and he done another big boot into a power elbow with the elbow into the heart, and Big Cass wins. Randy Orton versus Rusev. Now Rusev jumps Randy Orton early on, but it wouldn't be in Rusev's favour for long. Randy Orton wins with an RKO as soon as the bell rings. And what was that mark under? I've been wondering for the last couple of months. Is it a tattoo or something? It's just a mark under his pectorals. I don't know what it is. Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss. Bliss, my gosh, she is a goddess. She is a natural entertainer, and I love her double knees. Bliss had control of the match basically from start to finish. Even with a bad commentary team, they made it work. They could have stolen the show if they had a good commentary booth, but it sucked. But it was a great match. It was just so good. So there was a face breaker onto Sasha Banks off of Bliss's knee. So she done kind of essentially what Baron Corbin done, but face first. There was a bank statement, but Bliss got out of that. Sasha could have injured her shoulder, but probably not. they were playing up the spot about Bayley injuring her shoulder. Twisted Bliss and Sasha kicked out, and there was a statement, and Sasha wins, new Raw Women's Champion. I don't like it. I hate it. Bliss should never lose it. She's the greatest diva woman who's ever been on wrestling television. By far. Finn Balor vs Bray Wyatt. The most underestimated match of the night. Probably one of the most surprising matches of the night. It was just an awesome entrance from Balor. It started off with, he's got the whole world in his hands, and just transitioned. I won't ever do that again, don't worry. Bray had the whole match basically being afraid of this demon king. But I feel like this match could have been made better with a better storyline, where Finn Balor had actually been out for so long and come back just as this, or even done it at WrestleMania time, and had said, the devil has asked me to come for you, Bray, to send you back to hell, to send you back to where you come from. And that would have been the story going into it. That would have been awesome. And then for Finn Balor to win it without the Bray Wyatt win beforehand. Finn Balor to win it, but you have to build this up that he's just destroying everyone. Bray Wyatt is. He's just winning against everyone. Probably give him the Universal Championship. He's just winning. And that would have been a great story. For Balor to come back, pin him, and 1, 2, 3, he's going back to hell. Send him into the ring, take him to hell. Balor goes for a few more. No, Balor doesn't have to go. He can stay where he is. And Bray goes away for a few months, even for a year, maybe a year and a half. You know, you think he's gone, and then he comes back, and it's just raw, and he completely destroys Finn Balor. Because at this time, Finn Balor would be a heel in my estimation. Shield versus Shimaro. Oh, I gotta tell you who won, don't I? So Bray Wyatt panics after Spider doesn't work on on Balor, so Balor gets the advantage, gives him a coup de grace, wins. Right, Shield versus Shimaro. Shimaro takes control early on, suicide dive into double throw. What happened was Seth Rollins goes for a suicide dive. Shimaro catches him and throws him. There was a beach ball, so what happened was Cesaro went into the crowd. I don't know that he actually went into the crowd, but he did. He goes into the crowd, comes back, rips a ball up that they had been playing with. Frig, it was amazing. Cesaro may have hurt his knee. I don't know. I hope he hasn't. That'd be unfortunate. Dean Ambrose crossbodies onto the outside. There was a superplex into a frog splash, which Cesaro, I believe, was the one to kick out of it. Cesaro swing on Dean Ambrose, a sharpshooter on Dean, into a crossface on Dean, into a pin, which didn't happen. 1, 2, kick out. Celtic bomb, kick out. Double crucifix, kick out. Seth Hurricanrana into Sheamus, so he done a Hurricanrana off the top rope onto Cesaro, which Cesaro subsequently went flying into Sheamus, hitting Sheamus. Dirty D's on Sheamus. 1, 2, 3. We have new tag team champions. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. Shane is doing a great job at doing his job well. Owens could have injured an eye with a punch. I didn't watch about 5 minutes of it because I had to go off and have something to eat because I was getting sore. I haven't eaten all day. So, 5 minutes, anything could happen. Go watch it. Styles Clash got kicked out of. There was a pop-up powerbomb. Styles had his foot on the rope, and that had Owens confront Shane and push Shane, and Shane pushed him into a roll up, and he got out of that before a phenomenal forearm. Styles done a Styles clash just to seal the deal, and he wins. Shinsuke versus Mahal. Now this felt like a big match to start off with. He done the come on too early. It was way too early. He should have done it when he was sore, but I get why he didn't, because he wasn't gonna come back out of it. I love the way Tom said uh, that Mahal was having a harsh discussion with the kicks of Shinsuke Nakamura. It was quite funny. I just had a little bit of a laugh. Shinsuke down the triangle onto Jinder. Distraction on Nakamura, and the Colossus, and Jinder wins, which, whatever. I thought it might, but I was hoping it wasn't going to happen. Because Vince McMahon has said many times that he would rather Jinder go out of champ. Universal Championship match. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns versus Strowman versus Samoa Joe. Great match. The match of the night, really. It got to the point where Brock was versing Roman Reigns 1-1 for about a minute. Then Strowman versus Lesnar for about 30 seconds or so. There's a good clean clutch on to Brock Lesnar. Roman spears Lesnar through the side gate thing, side rails. Braun throws a chair into the face of Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns. Lesnar throws Lesnar through to the table, then Braun throws a chair into the face of Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns. Braun again puts Lesnar through a table. Braun throws the last announce table onto Brock Lesnar. It was, at that point, match of the night. They didn't have to do anything else. They could have just ended it there. Had Braun Strowman or we're talking about Brock Lesnar go into the match. Who are you going to have win? It would have been match of the night. But Braun uses steer as weapons and throws it into the ring with authority. Lesnar at this point was being taken off by health officials. Braun uses steers as a weapon. A double choke slam kick out. Lesnar returned to Suplex City. There was a Kimura on Braun, a Kukina clutch on Roman, a Kukina clutch on Brock. Then the F5 we're on to F5 onto Samoa Joe. Roman comes in to save the match. There was a couple of spears along the way. Lesnar F5's Roman Reigns to win the championship. Thank you for joining me here today. My name has been Leighton Pearson. I'll see you next time. But until then, stay safe, guys. And as always, Amen.